Welcome. Today we're diving into something that should be on the radar of every single corporate leader, the new world of personal liability that AI is creating. For anyone in the C-suite or the boardroom, you need to know that the game has absolutely changed. AI isn't just a tech project anymore. It's a full-blown governance challenge, and one that could have very real consequences for your personal assets. Let's break down exactly why that is.
Okay, before we get into the thick of it, we have to get something very important out of the way. What we're about to discuss is for educational purposes only. This is not legal advice. We strongly recommend that if any of this raises concerns, you go speak with your personal attorney or your corporate counsel, someone who's really familiar with the laws in all the places your business operates.
So, we're going to look at three major threats that are all converging right now to create a perfect storm of liability. First, there's the incredibly confusing patchwork of regulations. Second, the insurance safety net that you think has your back. Well, it's starting to vanish. And third, we'll talk about the vulnerabilities you create from the inside, through gaps in your own governance. Let's kick things off with that first major threat, trying to navigate the absolute minefield of laws and regulations that are popping up around AI. I mean, for any company that operates in more than one state, let alone more than one country, this is quickly becoming a compliance nightmare.
And what you're seeing here is a total clash of philosophies. On one hand, you've got the United States, where there isn't one big federal AI law. Instead, it's this patchwork. You have agencies like the FTC and the SEC just applying old rules to this new tech, and it's all very sector-specific. But then you look at the European Union. They went in a completely different direction with their AI Act. It is a massive, comprehensive law that's really setting the global standard for what reasonable AI oversight even means.
And as if that federal patchwork in the US wasn't confusing enough, the states are now getting in on the action. And this is where it gets really tricky. You've got Utah, which is all about disclosure. You have to tell people when they're talking to an AI. But then you have Colorado, which is focused on something totally different, algorithmic discrimination. They want risk assessments for big decisions. Now, imagine you're a national company. You have to follow both of these rules, and they're just the beginning. It's a real maze. And if you're sitting there thinking, well, we're a US company, who cares about the EU? Think again. This number should get your attention. If you don't comply with the EU's AI Act, the penalties can be up to 7% of your company's global annual turnover. That's not profit, that's top-line revenue. A number that big makes the EU's law the standard for pretty much any global company, whether they like it or not.
Now, let's move on to our second thread. Because just as all these regulatory risks are exploding, the traditional safety net that directors and officers have always relied on, well, it's being yanked right out from under them.
So let me just ask you this, and it's a question every single director should be asking their risk manager tomorrow morning. You probably just assume your D&O policy has you covered, right? But when it comes to AI, that assumption could be a very, very expensive mistake. And this quote from Harvard Law School research really just says it all. Insurers are getting spooked by the huge unknown risks of AI. So what are they doing? Instead of trying to price that risk, they're just excluding it altogether. And they're using really broad language like arising out of AI use, which means they could deny a claim even if AI was only a tiny piece of what went wrong. It creates this huge, scary coverage gap. So how exactly does your policy fail you? Well, it usually comes down to a few things. First, you've got those vague exclusions that give the insurer all the power to just say no. Second, and this one is wild, your board could be held liable because an AI tool from one of your vendors failed. But because the incident involves AI, your own policy could still refuse to cover you. And finally, they might just dig up some old cyber or tech exclusion that's already in your policy and use it to deny an AI-related claim. The bottom line is that safety net you thought you had, it is full of holes. And that brings us to our third and final threat. And this one might just be the most dangerous of all because it's completely self-inflicted. This is the liability that comes directly from having poor internal governance, from a simple failure of oversight. This table just lays it out so perfectly. It draws a straight line from a specific failure to a very painful legal consequence. You see it right there. The board isn't paying attention to AI. Bam! You're facing claims for breaching your fiduciary duty. Your public disclosures about AI are misleading or incomplete. Hello, securities litigation. You fail to secure your AI systems properly, you're going to be held liable for whatever happens next. These aren't hypotheticals. These are direct paths to personal liability. And let's zoom in on that fiduciary duty point, because it's a huge deal in corporate law. It's called the Caremark Doctrine. And what it says, basically, is that directors can't just plead ignorance. You are personally liable if you fail to even try to put systems in place to monitor the company's critical risks. And now, courts are making it clear that AI is one of those critical risks. The takeaway here is really simple. If your board doesn't have a formal AI oversight framework, you could already be in breach of your duty. And when it comes to how you talk about AI with the outside world, you can get into serious trouble in two main ways. The first is what people are calling AI washing. Hyping up what your AI can do to pump up the stock price. The SEC is coming down hard on that. The second sin is the opposite, failing to disclose the very real risks. Things like the potential for bias, system failures, or those insurance gaps we just talked about. Either one of these can lead straight to securities fraud claims that name you, the director, personally. So what does this all mean? When you put it all together, the conclusion is pretty clear, and there's no avoiding it. Having proactive, robust AI governance is no longer just a best practice or a nice to have. It is a fundamental, non-negotiable legal imperative. And a core part of that governance has to be ongoing AI literacy and training at all levels. The C-suite and the board have to understand not just the incredible opportunities of AI, but the very real risks that come with it. This has been part 2 of a 6-part overview by Virtualization Options LLC, and it's designed to discuss the potential legal risks that come from a lack of AI governance and some ways of establishing that governance. Because every organization is unique, we work with companies to develop custom organization-specific training to address their specific needs, risk exposure, and productivity goals. This comes with no warranty, expressed or implied.